untucked. So
I peed my tights. I will be honest. I have been home. Side story. I was not at the bar. I had gotten home, but
So I am back again with Greta Good Bottom for another episode of Look What the Cat Dragged In with Cat Noir. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Feline fine. So what would you consider to be your drag aesthetic? We hear that word a lot in the world of drag, and it can kind of feel like putting yourself into a box, but do you have a way you kind of describe your style?
I think head to toe is the most important thing to me. My styles change rapidly. My makeup changes rapidly. If you look at my Instagram, it's never the same twice. But when I go for a look, I don't want to be one of those drag queens who just, throws on a dress and a wig and it's not planned out. I need it to be cohesive all the way through. So I think that's my biggest thing is when you look at me from head to toe, every detail will be a fashion piece of that look.
So what would you consider the most difficult part about drag or the most challenging part?
Do you want the literal real answer? Or do you want the metaphorical happy answer?
I do a little bit of both.
Okay, so we'll start with the metaphorical happy and then we'll get real. The hardest part about drag is, when you're single, people not seeing you as a dateable male. You're always viewed as this character and this this drag queen at the bar, so why would I ever consider dating you? So that's very difficult. And then the literal hardest thing about doing drag is tucking. It's painful sometimes, and sometimes things aren't sitting right and you're on stage, but you can't show that on your face and it's hurting. And then you can't pee for 6 hours at a time. So there are times where you're getting home and you're frantically trying to get your tights off to use the bathroom. Yeah.
And I've heard about the queens sometimes that have been drinking and not quite made it to the bathroom before they've untucked. I
peed my tights. I will be honest. I have been home. Side story. I was not at the bar. I had gotten home, but there's this real medical condition called keyhole incontinence. And if you've ever been holding groceries and you're trying to get your keys out and then all of a sudden you have this overwhelming urge to pee, that's what it is. And so I was fine on the Uber ride home, or the Lyft ride home, whatever it was that night. And so I'm at the door, I get inside, I'm getting my dress off, and then out of nowhere, it is this wave of I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And I'm not wearing a lot of layers right now, but sometimes, you have body shapers and onesies and corsets. I'm one layer of tights away from being free, and it's just too late. Whoops.
So who are some of your icons style-wise?
Yeah, I have a lot, so we'll cover the whole gamut. So if we're talking locally, it's definitely Nina and Virginia West. They always look 100%, and that's hard to do. We're all on a budget. We're all trying, and so just that consistency is refreshing. And it's this consistency that also always has new elements to it, and that's cool. It's not always the same dress in just a different fabric. That's not a read on anyone. It's not a read on anyone.
Really, Queen?
No. And I promise. Don't you dare. She'll kill me.
She will.
She will literally kill me.
Yeah.
If we're talking nationally or drag race drag, I'd have to say Violet Chachki.
Really?
Yeah, her fashion.
There's something on my face.
Her fashion sense is just impeccable. And it's not always complicated things. It's just she knows clothes and she knows what looks good, and it's always head to toe. And that's what I love about her. The fashion is always on point. And then more recently, Kimchi is oh, yes. I feel her fashion is just always right. Mm-hmm. And I can't say that about all the girls. I don't always like the looks.
So please tell us a little bit about some of the local drag queens that people might not know that should know.
There's a lot of them, and like I said, they're all my friends. So if you're watching this and you get mad at me, don't be mad. Okay, I'm going to break it down to categories.
All right.
Okay. So if you're talking glamour, beauty, like whatever, you need to know Bianca Debonair. She is the most gorgeous like woman, like, and beautiful human, but like Bianca Debonair, stunning, all-time favorite. If we're talking like fashion and really, really like different looks all the time, that's me, Greta Good Bottom, or Barbie Roberts. Close second. Barbie, I love her. She doesn't do drag as much, but like when she does, it is all out. Whew, there went my earring. Just like Drag Race. If we're talking like dancing, smart numbers, like intelligence in a performance, I would say Crystal something, which she moved here from Brooklyn, New York, and so some of you may know her, but if you don't, she does these really avant-garde makeup looks, but she's one of the smartest performers on stage as far as like mixes and like numbers and choreography and performance and all that stuff. And then if we're talking like up and coming, you just need to check out the Cult of Controversy. They're this fairly new group to the Columbus drag scene. It's a collective of alternative drag queens, and they do some really, really amazing things. And they've also started doing a lot of charity fundraisers. So not only are they like cool, unique performers, they're cool, amazing people.
So Greta, who are some of the local queens that have kind of helped guide you down this path, and has like really helped you discover who you are in drag?
Well, first off, my drag mom, who is Nina West on season 11 of Drag Race. She has been hugely influential and helpful, and really, she's a little different than other drag moms. You know, there are drag moms who will do your makeup and who will like, you know, like make you things to wear, and that's why they're your drag mom. Nina won't do that. She is there to encourage you and to give you a space to discover your own voice. So it's like a real mom who like lets her kids fail and like, I'm gonna let you go out looking bad because that's the only way you're going to get good. And then conversely, Virginia West, who is the whole reason I started doing drag, she's the one who gave me the first opportunity. And she happens to be my drag grandmother, so she is Nina West's mother. But she has been doing drag for over 20 years, and you would not know it because her shows are just as packed, just as lively as when she was, you know, a new drag queen.
Well, thank you so much for this interview and talking about your drag and teaching us more about the local culture. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, look up those queens I said. Follow them on Instagram. Tell your friends too.
All right. Well, thank you again so much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
It's promotion time. Hey guys, it's Tommy, the Green Ranger here, and I have a special message for my friend Nick. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel. Watch more videos on my channels. Go.